Mikal, you mentioned the other night that you're excited to get here, but you wanted to wait for that moment to happen. Now that you've been back in Phoenix for a few hours, what has it been like?
It's been good. A little colder than I thought, but it's good. Saw some friends. But yeah, just really excited for the night.
Is it weird being back in this building, just kind of in a different concept, kind of walking through a different tunnel, and potentially you're going to be in a different locker room as well?
Yeah, it's crazy. When we first walked on the court, it kind of settled. It didn't like hit me too hard on that one. I think I was kind of chilling, but towards the end of it, just, shooting on the court, being on the court again, and then kind of going in the locker room. I walked in, I was like, okay, this is what it feels like to be on an opposing locker room. So, but I think tonight, when I like walk in at night, I think it's really that's what I'm gonna know.
How many familiar faces are you expecting to see here tonight, and what's it going to be like as you walk back in to having to speak to so many people who loved you?
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna see a lot of faces. I mean, it's gonna be great. I know just everybody was great when I was here, so I know it's gonna be the same energy when I see them again. So I'm just excited to see people who's happy, good people. It's gonna be fun.
You and Cam get this all the time that you are just so big on the culture of this team. People always talk about how much fun you brought here. How excited are you to just see the fans and everyone that's just like dying to see you tonight and play, and the player that you've always been?
Yeah, no, definitely excited. And usually I'm kind of not even like that. I'm kind of just super just locked in on the game and everything like that, which I still am. But I don't know, it's just a little bit different. Been here for so long, and just being here and embracing the fans and everybody here. It's like I'm just excited to see a lot of people that I've seen since I've been here.
How strange is it to turn the team on and just see, obviously you guys aren't there, but Chris is gone, DA's gone, just how much the team has changed in a short time?
Yeah, no, yeah, it's crazy. It's just like, feels like a whole different team out there. Still got some guys there, but I think like both of the Lees and Book, so it's definitely different. And Josh, it's definitely different, but it's cool to watch, see him playing on the court, still just brings back memories.
Thinking of Booker, Kellen asked him about playing against him in practice. He said, well, we did. Got some good bump, his word bump in. And he said he's ready. So how are you feeling about having to guard him in that matchup?
Yeah, big time. Was excited because I think the most I was guarding him was my rookie year and in practice. And he's definitely a different player from my rookie year to now. So definitely going to be different, and he's way better than he was. So I'm definitely excited for the challenge. I already know his mindset. I already know what he's going to be on. So he knows me too, so it's going to be good.
How much pride are you taking in the fact that when you got here, they won 19 games, and you were part of the turnaround in this team getting to the finals and setting records?
Yeah, man, it was great culture we had here. I mean, it's fun, and you can't take it for granted. Like, going to finals ain't easy, so you kind of realize that, it's tough to get back, and it just feels like it's just like a little bit more pressure to get there. But it's not normal to have be so close like that as a team, especially in the NBA. It's really special, and that's stuff I take with me, when I left. It's just like be able to have those moments and really embrace it.
Of all the success you guys had with developing the program, what are the things that you and Cam have taken away that you're trying to take to Brooklyn to make the same thing happen here?
Yeah, just I think just being dialed in and really detailed. I mean, I was like that coming from Nova, but being here and the coaches with Monty and everybody else, just really being really detailed oriented, and is bringing us here and trying to help guys who don't know really how to win, do that. But we got guys as well that got traded here, like Spence, Dell, Royce, like who've been winning, on winning teams. So just trying to bring that culture here, and also just having fun, always having that, but having fun, but also knowing that we get serious at the same time. So just find that good mix, but just building a good culture over here. Just a lot of good guys, and just loving the game and loving each other.
On JJ's pod, you talked about how when the coaches were telling you when Chris and Devon come back, don't let up.
Yeah.
Be the same guy. Have they been texting you now and being like, that's the confident guy that we were talking about?
Nah, in their own way. Yeah, in their own way. Yeah. Yeah, it's just been dope just the love I've been getting since I've been traded and playing the way I've been playing since I got traded to now. So I think they're kind of a little bit used to it now, but it's fun to start playing against everybody now. It's going to be dope.
Are you prepared for the tribute video? I know you don't like a lot of attention, but you've kind of gotten practice going back to Villanova a few weeks ago. Now you have this. Are you prepared for that tribute video?
Just add more stuff on me, huh? It's crazy. Yeah, no, I'm definitely excited. It's actually, I tell Cam about it too. Like I said, usually I'm not really too crazy about those things, but no, I'm just excited just to be back and stuff like that. You know, I saw when C and DA got theirs, I was just like, you know what, I'm like, twins coming back, I'm like, get a little love, but other than that, like, we're gonna be locked, but really gonna be excited for it.
Have you been able to process 2022 at all? What happened? Why? You mentioned the pressure earlier of getting back to the finals. Why do you think it didn't happen that year?
Man, it's just tough. Just one of them. I don't know. Just didn't get it done. You know, it's tough. You know, and I don't know, man. It was just try to get that memory out of my head. Thanks for bringing it back up. But
How about what's it mean for? I mean, you see on social media still support from Suns
See the
fans.
Twins.
How do you feel like they still follow you?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, they still show love and everything like that. It's dope to see because I watch games, and as much as I try to want myself to root against them, but I can't. Like, I just, you know, I got guys out there that I want to succeed with both the leagues, JL. So, like, I got friends out there that I want to do well. So it's tough going against them. But, you know, tonight is a good night to not go against them, you know, or to go against them and not really root for them. So it's going to be good.
After the trade, you guys the Suns and Nets ended up with the same record last year. So was it a motivational factor of having, seeing the Suns end up in the championship contender conversation and the Nets not being in that?
No, not really. I think when I first got traded, it was just more on what we can do in Brooklyn, just trying to make the playoffs and everything like that. Yeah, I wasn't really too worried about where they ended or whatever. It's weird because you think you have the emotion of, like, you know, hate getting traded and you don't want them to lose and stuff like that. And maybe self-consciously in the back of your head you want them to lose, but I'm catching myself in the playoffs watching, like, rooting for them. And especially last year, where I had a lot of my teammates there still, you know, a lot of people left, like Monty, a lot of people are gone, but it's like, how can you not? And it's easy because they're in the West. You know, if it's in the East, then I won't root for them at all, you know what I'm saying? But West kind of helps a little bit, but it was tough, like last year. Just, you know, I got all my close friends on the team, so it's like, for me, rooting on them to lose, that means majority or some of them got to play bad, and I'll never wish that on my friends. So it was definitely tough to be against them last year. Maybe a little bit this year, but still, like, I got no reason to hate against them. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just best years of my life here, and just kind of helped me turn to the person I am today, and just help my career where I'm in Brooklyn now.
Speaking of Monty, you know, how hard is it to watch him go through what the Pistons are dealing with now with those 20 straight losses?
Yeah, it's tough. I know it's tough, and I know he's working hard and trying to get them boys right. What's the process? You know, obviously you want to sprinkle some wins in with the process, but, you know, sometimes, you know, God don't got it for you like that. He has it a little different for you, and I know Monty knows that. And I know he just knows all part of the journey. So just the beginning, and hopefully he picks it up. But, you know, like I said, it's a little bit tougher on Monty. Like, I love him and appreciate everything's so good for him, but he's also on that East Coast right now, so, you know, I can't really root for him to get too many wins. But I hope, like, I know he's building a good culture over there. I hope it gets better for him.
Is the level of comfortability for you because of being with Brooklyn with Cam and also a lot of your guys on the Knicks being in New York City together?
Say that again, my fault.
I mean, in the level of comfortability for you to emerge as, you know, the scorer that you are, you know, landing in New York, you know, with so many of your guys from Nova in New York City, and Cam with you in Brooklyn.
Yeah, man, I don't know. It was just excited when I first got there. I always liked New York. That was the thing. I actually thought I was gonna get drafted in New York, and coming out of college. So I was like, city of New York, close to home, and then just getting traded there and playing what I was playing. You know, being aggressive and being a guy to go make a play a lot. But yeah, it was funny having, you know, a lot of my Nova guys out there on the other side. You know, everybody talk about me coming to the Knicks and everything like that, with the whole Nova thing. I just laugh at it a little bit because I like where I'm at, you know. So.
Still getting accustomed to the lack of space.
Yeah, it's tough, but I like it though. I like it a lot. Just trying to find a little bit more space where I'm living right now.
Mikal, you mentioned about you're excited for the challenge of going up against Devon Booker. When you add KD, Bradley, Beal, Nurkic, just what is the challenge with this entire team for you guys, and what will be key?
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of scorers, man. They all could freaking, you know, all score 30, average 30 in their life. So It's going to tough. It's going to take everybody, following the game plan and stepping up and helping each other and, trying to get the right guys to shoot for us. But it's tough. You got 3 freaking guys that can score at will, but you just got to make it tough and just be physical and, just play tough defense.
You might end up guarding all 3 at some point, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I mean, especially how our defense is. Yeah, definitely be guarding everybody.
I know you had mentioned when you first came to Phoenix how difficult a transition that was for you. How much did having Cam alongside you help this time around going to Brooklyn?
Yeah, no, it definitely was big time. Just have somebody else to go through the process. Obviously, it wasn't the easiest, and I think a lot of it comes from shipping everything and moving out and switching coasts and being to a whole different environment, a whole different team, a whole different culture, a whole different offense, defense. So, I'm happy I had Cam to just kind of be there and know that, like, maybe I'm not tripping, with stuff that's going on. Like, you be with one culture for so long, it's like that's all you know, It's my fault. That's all you know. So when you go somewhere else and then it's a little bit different, you kind of, get a little defensive and be like, well, I used to do this here, I used to do that. And you kind of got to, like, let that go a little bit, but bring what you've learned and try to help, where I came from and try to help and bring it here besides just trying to bring everything, And that was a little battle I had. And but having Cam there just to, just go through it together and the whole process of being traded, it was dope.
Mikal, with all the options you guys have on offense with Ben, with Cam Thomas, with Spencer, just how did you kind of settle in again this year? Because productively it was sort of a slow start for you compared to what you were doing before, but in the last 10 games you've really started to get back to that.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Just staying aggressive and finding when to be on ball and off ball, because as much as I improve on the ball, I still am the guy off ball. I could play, I could cut, catch and shoot and all that stuff. So just find that fine line. And with our offense, the offense kind of was changing a little bit and just find that right offense for each other. And it works for us, and it's been going good.
It's been nice to see the whistle. You've been getting the 18 in Orlando. My goodness.
Hey, man.
What have you been focusing on there to improve on that part of your game?
Yeah, I mean, just being aggressive. I think I've been going to the rim a lot more than I had this in all my life, and literally. And it's all my coaches, just betting that and helping me, because good things happen when you get, in the painting at the rim. But yeah, man, finally get some calls. Kind of excited. I think sometimes they lack. They just, sometimes refs don't see like a big star out there, so you kind of relax a little bit. And I'm like, listen, man, like, we get fouled too, you know what I'm saying? And I'm pretty smart. I know how to get fouls and, so try to keep it in their head sometimes, because I think sometimes they just kind of just like, brush it off. And I'm like, listen, man, like, I'll get a couple calls where, like, I really got fouled. That's like a couple misses already. Now it kind of doesn't give me the confidence anymore to be aggressive going, because I know, like, they're not seeing little things. So, well, I'm happy they're starting to see it a little bit and just. So I'll give them a comment about that.
So have you figured out a way to talk to the refs now to encourage that?
Yeah, I tried. I got a tech the other day, so it was kind of quick. It was a first quarter tech, which was kind of crazy. I didn't think I was gonna get one that fast, but I've been trying my best. Yeah. I feel like I've been good, but sometimes it's so tough because you're in the heat of the moment and going up and down. I try to get it out, and then I'm already mad. So, but I think I've been pretty good.
That's a little adjustment. You're usually eating in the mid-range, that's kind of been your thing. Just to take it all the way to the rim, I mean, how much of an adjustment was that? And was that something that just organically happened, or was that, part of analytic discussions with the coaches and such?
Nah, it was just practice and coaches voicing it more. Because there's times where I could get to the rim and I wasn't. And just being a 3-level scorer, the midi will never die. For me, for sure, it's never going to die. So you get that all out. Everybody get that out their head. That's never going to die. It's always going to be there for sure. But just add to my game, just shoot middies. You could kind of, adjust and scout that. But if a guy get into the rim, now it kind of backs you up a little bit, then I could get to my spot and things like that. So just add to my game and making myself more of a threat.
The last thing that I had was on defense. You mentioned on another podcast last year that you felt like you regressed there. Was that feeling the weight of the offensive load and learning how to balance it? Because like you said, you've been better with it this year.
Yeah, for sure. I think it was just definitely the weight and more having the ball. My body wasn't really used to it, so I was really actually just like kind of tired and just losing focus a little bit. And once you lose focus as a top defender, you can't lose focus because guys will score in a heartbeat. So I think I was just losing focus a little bit. But I've been better this year. Can definitely be way better, but just training the right way, just trying to condition myself to be able to do it on both ends.
It's a different 30